Wrexham CEO Michael Williamson, who is presiding over quite the story. I'm delighted to say he joins us on Brekkie with Vossy and Brandy. Welcome to SEN 1170, Michael.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm actually in my pajamas still, but that's because I'm about to go to sleep, as opposed to waking up with you guys. So
Very nice. Look, I'll just run through the dates, first of all, of Wrexham in Australia. July 11 at Marvel Stadium against Melbourne Victory. July 15, we broadcast from Sydney. Michael, you'll be at Allianz Stadium July 15. My son Harry's already said, we're going, aren't we? I said, yeah, we're going. So we're there. And
make sure you get your tickets.
Yeah, Wellington Phoenix in New Zealand on July 19. That'll be at Sky Stadium. Can I ask you right off the top, how hands-on are the highest, among the highest profile owners in the world that you have? How hands-on are they when it comes to the football side of things?
So that's two different questions. They're very hands-on in the sense that they're very engaged in the community. They're constantly present. When they come into Wrexham, they spend time at the pubs, at the restaurants, walking around, talking to people, meeting with people. They text, and send messages nonstop about the club. Every single player that we sign, they call them on FaceTime and literally have an ongoing relationship with them throughout, their time that they're with the club. We just got our back-to-back promotion, as you said, and all the players as kind of a bonus or premium for that get to go out to Vegas and spend a little time there. And Rob was out there with them as well. And so they're very, very hands-on, but they don't make decisions about players or club or things along that, because they understand that, they have a management team and people and advisors and board that can help them make the best decisions for that. They just want to make sure that the club is staying rooted in its core values, which is, being ambitious but kind, and being a local community football organization.
Michael, you've spent time at a huge global club, Inter Milan. You've also worked at Miami FC, DC United. I believe you started at Wrexham May last year. So by that stage, this remarkable story was already unfolding. How did you come to be CEO at Wrexham?
Sure. I mean, actually, as you said, I was at DC in MLS, and then went to Inter Milan. So I have kind of a wide spectrum of experience, from Champions League football, European football, to grassroots soccer in the U.S. and MLS in the early stages of that. Which, by the way, we actually had two A-League players, Danny Alsop and Fred Brazilian. I think they were both at Melbourne Victory, though. But yeah, so to go from that to then bring those experiences to Wrexham, which has a lot of similarities, believe it or not, in the sense that it went from being a community football organization to being a global brand. And the key is, in order to maintain that success of being a global brand and arriving to Premier League, which is the ultimate goal, it needs to stay rooted in being a community football club. And those two don't always go hand in hand. So that's the fun challenge and balance, and making sure that we rise those together. But no, it's been honestly something that I've never seen in sports before. Words can't describe it. I've worked a long time in football, and I've worked a long time in sports, and it is truly amazing what they've tapped in here.
No doubt about it.
It's a community. It's a community. So what's amazing is our fans are not just fans of football. They're fans. Global fans are fans of a story about a group of people in the community, and they've fallen in love and connected with those members of that community that happen to follow a football club.
Life imitating art. Now, I can prove my bona fides to you, Michael, when you talk about Ryan and co going to the local pubs and things. I have drunk at the pub. Not got drunk. I have had a drink at the pub when I broadcast rugby league at the ground at Wrexham. So you correct me if I'm wrong. It's the Plus Coch is the pub opposite Wrexham.
How's that spelled?
It's the Plus Coch. C-O-C-H. Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm not sure it's exactly close to how you pronounce it. More or less.
So that's right there.
Let's go with that.
We've had
you were spot on.
The Australian rugby league team has played there. Did back in the 2013 World Cup.
The race course, yes.
The race course ground. against
That's
USA,
right.
Australia v USA in rugby league there, the Plus Coch. You've got to get there, man.
And Michael, since my co-host left, I've now renamed it minus a cock. So we'll see what happens on that front going forward. Michael, what are the complications about running a football club that's also under the glare of Hollywood ownership and this ongoing mega popular documentary series?
The challenge is that everything becomes news, and every single article has Ryan Reynolds at the first part of it, right? And so, I think one of the funniest moments when I really hit home on me is at our academy facilities. We had a tractor stolen, and the headline in national news in UK was Ryan Reynolds tractor stolen, and I'm like. Ryan Reynolds is not riding around on some tractor in Wrexham and had it stolen from somebody. But that's what made the headline news. So yeah, it's quite remarkable when you put the power of that and having the cameras around you. But honestly, you start to everyone's even the members in the community start to just respect and appreciate that it's there, and it's just part of what it is. It's part of what makes it special, and no one really. Sees it as a negative.
Michael, have you or many of your players be down under? We've got crocs and brown snakes in the airport. Very, very dangerous place.
Kangaroos everywhere.
Well, I spent some time in Miami, so crocs and alligators I'm good with. But snakes, I think that might be the limit for me. I actually have not been down under, so I'm really excited about it because it's something that's on my bucket list to get down there and see the beauty of the area.
All right, Dare to Dream, the whole story. It is quite incredible. You're right. It's captured the imagination of the world. Like, you're sure it's not a movie? Like, it's not a movie rather than a real life story, but it's real life.
I won't curse, but you can't you really could not write this stuff if you tried, right? You could not make this up if you really wanted to. Like, some of the things, I'm like, did that really happen? Like, what are the chances that would happen and that we captured that on camera? It just, I don't know. It's truly remarkable. It's almost like it's meant to be, and it's meant to be that we're going to arrive in Premier League at some point, right? Like, it's just clearly the stars are aligned on this, and so my key is of what makes us successful is if we arrive to Premier League, when we arrive to Premier League, that we're able to stay there. And not have it where we just arrive and come back down. That's kind of the ultimate, what I would see as a measure of success.
Love that. Not if, but when. So people in Australia, New Zealand get the chance to see a prospective Premier League club this July in Australia, New Zealand. Tickets on sale today, Friday, 9 a.m. at Ticket Tech Vossy. I'm thinking sell out Melbourne, sell out Sydney, sell out Wellington. Will it be anything but?
No, it won't be.
It'll be sell out.
I imagine it will be. But the big question is will there be a Plus Coch?
Yeah, well, a Plus Coch. Yeah, well, that's it. I'll have a little pop-up. I'll have a little pop-up there, a little pop-up marquee saying for the genuine Wrexham fan, they can have the experience and I'll learn some Welsh. Michael, thank you so much. You can go to bed now in your jammies. Thanks for coming on the program.
A pleasure. Thank you guys for having me.
There you go. What a story in sport.
Michael, doctors say a proper breakfast includes eggs, bacon and breakfast with Vossy and Brandy. So get your daily fix through our socials and listen live on SEN Radio.